All right, here we are. Ooh. Sitting in the chair. Let me get to popping out the chat. Give me a moment. Pop out. There we go. And before Septipus shows up, he complains that I didn't notify him when I did. Let's get the webcam up here. Extra frizz on my hair today, by the way. We're extra frizzy. All right, but we're all set. Today might kind of suck. Oh, by the way, we gotta drop the boom. We're gonna drop the boom. Here we go. All right, we got the mic is in late night mode now. Anyway, so we're just saying that a little bit lower. I have to be like, need to find like the good position. I guess that's right here. It's better for me to sit up than to not sit up. This is only day 2 of using the dawn of the final day. Well, I was just saying today might kind of suck. Today might turn into a little bit of a grind day. Hopefully not. We'll see what works out. But we're ready to get comfy. We got our Massa Race Greek yogurt. Courtesy of Paul Scalas. And we got our patented Zippy water. Make sure to run faster than Usain Bolt. Make sure go to my store and purchase lots of Zippy water. Get an Alexa Pure water filter so that you don't get any fluoride in your system while you're having your Zippy water. I also have my coffee here, which, well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna solve the mystery. So I made this coffee hours ago. We're gonna find out if it's still good to drink. The milk in it tastes a little bit sour. I'll finish it though. Anyway, so let's get the game itself up and rolling. Let's switch over to the 16:9. Drag this boy over. This is still a little bit in my face. Having trouble finding like a good medium for it. I'll figure it out eventually. Okay. Rat warning. Fear for your ear. All right, rat warning over. Hope you enjoyed that. Okay, that's the coffee. How bad does this like pick up my breathing? I have no idea.
Traces of the supernatural reveal themselves more often than intelligent and reasonable.
All right. Okay. So, how much time do we have? Because I've done unless we're going to get a letter, which is very unlikely at this point. It's 1 p.m. I don't have a lot of exhaustion. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend some time, and I'm going to go looting. And we're going to have a little warm-up section of a bit of looting. Try and get good inventory. Yeah, I didn't know Septipus. I think, by the way, I've never actually used this. want to use it right now. I think it kind of sucks. There's a little meter at the bottom. Not sure what it does. Does it run out? I guess maybe my blade vision gets tired after a point. Yeah, so I guess I can see the still fog. Yeah, you can see the still fog before, like, it shows up, but barely. I don't know a district that's currently... Oh, I think I do, actually. I think the Soborov's district is currently being looted. Not bother with that. Well, this is a looted district, so let's get to work. So let's spend some time. We're gonna loot. See ya. I'm gonna get that baby laughing sound effect, and it's gonna be my new subscriber sound effect, at least for a while. Crowbars, like, so the objects that are dropped by ne'er-do-wells aren't really... Oh, sweet crackers. Nice. This is why we loot houses, so we can get plenty of crackers. So yeah, forewarning. Oh, so the baby laughing sound effect happens whenever your reputation increases. Whoa, nice milk. I'm gonna drink that right now because milk has some random effects, I think. Rat.fb3. Oh, maybe. So, and there's also a baby crying sound effect for when your reputation goes down because you kill a civilian or something, or break into a house. This doesn't count as breaking in, because these houses are already abandoned. And I'm killing the looters inside. So I'll show you, like, you have reputation, and this is... Zoom down a little too much. It's broken up into several districts. I don't know if it's all one greater district, or if it's broken. I think it's actually subdivided into multiple districts for each of the, like, islets. So you can have really bad reputation and get jumped, and I think it also affects prices. It's one of the things are a little more flawed with this game. There's not... It's kind of like BioShock, where... Oh, jeez. Bad fingers couldn't reach over to the map button. Oh, no, it is. It's a very strange choice, though. I approve of it. Let's go ahead and... Especially because my... There we go. So, yeah, forewarning, if we don't get to a lot of dialogue today, you know, kind of the main theme of this... I'm just kind of, like, stuck between a few things where kind of just might not get to a lot of dialogue. Oh, are there? Okay. Well, then maybe after I play Haruspix, I'll complain less about it. You know, I wouldn't be opposed to doing, like, a... Probably do, like, an actual dialogue-styled review where I speak to someone rather than... reviewing it on my own the way I would do other games. But that has been something that's bugged me a little bit, is the reputation effect. It's a little too easy to maintain, but if you're saying Haruspix gets problems with it, then well, I'll still reserve my judgment. Not to say that that's the only problem with this game. This game is riddled with problems. It really is a game that is great despite itself. Oh, sweet, a lemon. Although I don't think I'll really get a chance to use lemons. At this point, lemons kind of suck. I'll be honest, lemons are really cool. But, since it's at a point where I can't get as much, easy food, not as good. Did I already, like, check everything? Okay, no. Oh, sweet. Novocaine. Morphine. Oh. That's the jackpot. That's what I want. Oh, it's a jar of vegetables. I was like, pickles? I've never seen that before. But I guess I've just never seen the can of vegetables displayed. Okay. This is a decent opportunity to get, like, armor as well. Okay, Oh, I have tourniquets. Tourniquets I can just kind of get rid of. Actually, check this. Yes. Okay. Watch out for more ninjas. Gotta watch out for those Slavic ninjas. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of baby crying, or I'm sorry, baby laughing. But we like it. It's a good sound effect. While I'm at it, my immunity is pretty good, actually. If I was to drop anything, it'd be try and squinks out the last bit of infection. Nice. These are good things to get. I got the tall boots too. So this is kind of good too, because I had all my stuff taken, which really sucks having all your stuff taken on the penultimate day. At least what I assume to be the penultimate day. It's very possible that it is not. And we still got a 13th. I am just like getting bank. Okay, so what's a... Okay. Genghis Khan trying to replicate Half-Life music. I like that. And I know exactly what you're on about too. Yeah, and him, man. Okay, I think I can clear this place out. I don't remember moving it. Though I feel like I saw it, not too long ago. Maybe I'm mistaken. Sorry, I don't really know off the top of my head. Let's see, how's my... Okay, so the exhaustion's catching up to me. I'll probably need to sleep plenty soon, so we'll probably get to do a good amount of day 12. So, day 12 hype. Oh, he's got a handle. You would know if he was called the Mushroomer. That's fine. I don't actually need Medirum. Get out of here. I believe those gloves don't really do much, but... I think it's actually just that you can't repair the disposable gloves. Let's see. Let's try this. It's not that powerful, honestly. Oh, it seems that maybe taking drugs like that cranks up your exhaustion, though. Which is something I did not know. Yeah, just Medirum. But if I got room for it, I might as well just grab it. Well, I guess due to my addiction to antibiotics... Oh, you're making the bird beep. I've already checked all that. Oh, Jesus. Okay, warning from Haruspix. I have news to share, Oinen. I found the thing that you were looking for the day before yesterday. Please avoid any rash decisions, at least until you've spoken to me. Meet me at the works in a vault beneath the corpulent workshop. So we still got more to today. And I'm exhausted. I was a little bit worried about that. I didn't think it was going to happen, but at least we got tons of drugs. And we got coffee. So let's do a bunch of coffee. Oh, jeez, there's another one. Oh, am I actually out of bullets? Oh, yikes. The wall ninja was a distraction. Did I really go through 20 bullets? I guess so. Alright, well. That was sobering. So we're going to the works. I believe this is the works. Let me check the letter again. Beneath the corpulent workshop. Army Barach. I don't know, that doesn't seem... Corpulent workshop. I feel like that name's actually not been brought up before, so maybe there's still gonna be some sudden twists on this very long day 11. Don't torch me, bro. So let's pass by Bad Grieve. Get some more bullets. I had like 20 bullets. I'm surprised I was born. No thanks, rat. I'm good. Let's just through here. Reload. The corpulent workshop. Yeah, I have no idea. Haruspix, help me out here.
A part off sent to the well is broken at last.
Have some zippy water. Okay, I highly doubt I'll need that many tabs. Yeah, let's just ditch the alpha tabs. And the meta room. Don't need that. Reduces fatigue, so I'm going to actually hold on to the lemon for that. Alright. Actually gaining money through all this. I don't know, he's plenty menacing right here. Okay. So let's do our increment for the day. Okay, so my initial thought is that this is the works. Though I think this was referred to something else. I'll actually check it out right now. I'll pop it. No, it'll screw everything else for me. I don't even know where it tapped. Or, oh, did it just click out for me? Oh, please. Does he actually? Please. Okay, I gotta pop everything else up. Okay. Yeah, the works. Nothing is marked. Nothing has, like, been marked today. Make sure the gun is actually loaded. There we go. Does that make Welsh people JoJo? Don't you torch me. Let's see. Vault beneath the corpulent workshop. But could you not, Blake? By the way, in before Peruspix is setting me up. He needs my heart. He's gonna take out my heart, isn't he? Peruspix is a real heartbreaker. Please, with the plague, cut it out. Okay. Hey, my man. Hey, my man. I've got good news and bad news for you, Oinen. I'm listening. You asked me to find out the exact location of the underground clot from which the sand pest bacteria could have gotten onto the surface. Have you succeeded? Thing is, it's everywhere. The deposits are sprawling beneath the whole town like kraken tentacles. They originate in the old cattle husbandry places on the other side of the Gorkum. The ground is soaked with it. Yeah. By the way, his animation's a little bit jittery right now. How'd you find this out, Burach? Well, that is unchecked, of course, but the foreman of the butchers immediately knew what I was talking about. Instead of deposits do exist, he drew a map of them sprawling underground. Is that the bull map that I have? Where did they come from? Oh my god. Haruspix, did you really call me here so you could say, I'd love to tell you, but it's a secret. It's a secret, Oinen. I cannot reveal it to you. Doesn't matter. It's obvious anyway. Ancient cattle burial grounds. You said you had more news? The good news is that the deposits lie very deep. They're covered by so many layers of soil that no bore well could ever reach them. An extremely deep hole would have to be drilled to puncture those clots and spill their contents into the groundwaters. Yeah, but it's already been spilled, as you can see. What are the abattoir's thoughts on the matter? The abattoir's voice is my voice now, Oinen. And I'll tell you this. Oinen used to run things poorly. His bloodline was akin to mine. But he kept failing to learn the lines. He has committed numerous mistakes recently. I think it was he that dipped out the pest from the cavities 5 years ago. Bold hypothesis. What about now? I suspect that he tried to bury the pest in the steppe not so long ago. No idea why. That was the greatest sacrilege, and my father tried to intervene. He went to the steppe to re-enter this nightmarish burial ground. Must have burned it, but couldn't come out unscathed. You know how it went after that. Oh, this line. Well, you know how I have to say this line. How probable is it that your father failed to destroy that gulp? I have other things on my mind now, Oinen. Playing safe is pointless. I'm only thinking about mitigating the consequences of the disaster. I want the sand pest to be no more a threat to the local population than chickenpox is. Yes, I see. Nevertheless, if it has already happened, then the town will have to be destroyed. We cannot allow anyone to keep living here. No, I'm going to stick with the Keyneses, actually. Well, I've already done it, haven't I? The vaccine has been produced. As has been the serum, so why fret? Well, I never. Spoken like a truly wise man. Thankfully, I, at least, can still keep a cool head. The town is inextricably connected to the soil. The only way to defeat the disease is by destroying its source. Wait, Oinen. Do not give out hasty orders. I swear to you, by tomorrow morning, I'll find a way to produce so much medicine for the disease that there won't be a need to destroy it. Why don't you want it destroyed? By destroying the tower, right? Yes, but only if the people that need to be saved are alive. I've told you about them, remember? The kids that'll build a new town here in 10 years. A town even more beautiful than the current one. I'll think about it. Okay, we got the goo underneath. Don't make rash and unfavorable conclusions, Oinen. I know what to do. So do I. Alright. This is alright. That's it. Trying to dupe me right there. Get out, game. Okay. I can't find mine. Here we are. Save the town or the polyhedron. Oh, the polyhedron's pretty neat. We're gonna make this into Morrowind City. This is gonna become New Vardenfell. I have a feeling I'm about to get a letter from Changeling in a bit. It's a little bit of exhaustion, and let's the vegetables. I might as well. I should be doing this while I'm in Plague Country, but Plague Vision. A documentary of Morrowind's development. Nice, get hooked up with crackers. So I'm gonna make my way back home. I'm gonna start doing some naps. Strong on mouse. Oh god, I'm gonna get burned, aren't I? Because of mouse. And hard turn. Okay. Because I only got 16 shots, I should hold on to them. If I were to go looting anything, it would be, plague-ridden houses, but I'd rather not. Did I really? Get out, video game. Get out. Get out of this place. I mean, how much health did I have? That's it, we're taking the railroad. Place is eating up my bullets anyway. Guess not. So especially because my health isn't that great. actually don't know if you even heal over time if you sleep without what's it called? Without taking any drugs. I assume you probably do, just very slowly. Say, if this guy kills a soldier, not likely. Okay, and there's a rat chasing me, so let's unload it. Oh wait, this is a store. What do we sell? Oh, drugs. That is the thing I am good on. Okay, so... And it's 4 p.m. Maybe I shouldn't have had as much coffee as I did. Too late now. Oh, really? Oh god, how... Listen, I'm someone who really loves cringe, but that's almost too much for me. Let's actually see, I'm curious as to what they'll have. Yeah, no, because I'm someone who really enjoys a good cringe. But I'm like, oh boy, that's not going to seem dated in a few years. Actually, boulets. Calling everyone a gamer. You should start calling people gamer like the way people call other people. Wait, that gas. The way people will call each other sport. Like, hey, how you doing, sport? But instead you can go around saying, hey, how's it going, gamer? Yo, is something wrong, gamer? You want to rap about it? Yeah, figured nothing. Let's go ahead and do some nap. Yeah, I'll go ahead. Well, let's go buy some food. I don't really want to go looting too much. Oh, no, that's, the girl there jumped off the cathedral. She killed herself. And she's just been, I guess, standing there in her place, not really doing anything. So yeah, she's been replaced. You sell drugs. It's not drugs I wanted, it's food. That's armor, so we want to go that way. I think actually that's a meat. Let's go check it out. Spicy. Does this wall block me off? Yes. Look at this. What is that? It's like someone built that in Worm. Jeez. Hot Worm reference, by the way, so no one will know what I'm talking about. All the 5 people in the internet will be like, I know what you're talking about. Now make an Angband reference. Oh. Another shot. You don't count. You're not on the internet. If all this guy has is an egg. Okay, he's actually got... And it's cheap. Absolutely, I'm buying peanuts. Sell 2 lemons. Sell the revolver ammo. I'm very high IQ. I got this big old brain. I'm busy working out at the library. I'm basically a super genius. Oh yeah, I have human blood. Because I got into a boxing match with a butcher. Oh, you're like in Vile Calio territory. Now, is that just what you're expecting, or is that what you're hoping for? Okay, let's eat some food. And, of course, we're going to eat the peanuts. Second Life Gentry. I'm fine overwriting that. Well, I have no hunger, no exhaustion. I could maybe go... Let's see. Use this, and we can... I don't think I'm going to need too much money in the final day. So we can go back to the drugstore. Actually, what's that store? We're going to go around and buy stuff. Should sell all the bartering stuff, too. Because we're not going to get much of a chance to barter, I don't think, the final day. Bartering's kind of like fallen out of style since the military showed up. To start just blowing people away. I'm kind of expecting to get a letter from, Changeling, though I might not. I've interacted far less with Changeling than I have with Haruspix. I need med supplies. I almost feel like I should sell the crowbars just so that they're not in my inventory. Not gonna use the drapery. At least it'll sell for 8. I'm not gonna bother collecting water. We are definitely holding on to the morphine. I don't think that the morphine's really going to come into play, nor will the Novocaine. I don't need 3 Novocaine. I'll actually hold on to the blood. That feels like a weird swerve that they could throw at me. Okay, so we got more healing stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of just filling up my inventory right now with stuff because for all I know, day 12 is going to be super crazy. For all I know, it's going to become just like full Half-Life running gun. The Marines are going to be, they're going to bust down Eva Yan's house. Well, that's why we need Wetwork sleeper agents in every server. In case anyone tries to take my virtual real estate via BitTorrent or any other means. need agents willing to work for the highest bidders who are willing to embed themselves in our society. This is our future. This is the dream future. It's that, or we'll roll out the 5G, and we're all gonna become a communist biomass. We'll become a singular hive mind entity. It's time, boys. You gotta choose your character. Are you joining the biomass? Or will you be subservient to the technocracy? What is this? Oh, a mask. Overalls? I'm actually just short of buying some of these, like, cool things. It almost feels like, so, the military garb. I mean, I guess I could go around killing soldiers and hope that they drop it. Probably not worth it, though. But the best time to get them would be super duper late game if you just have a ton of money saved up. Can't you murder vendors? Possibly. No, I'm a good boy. I'm not bad. I'm not a criminal. I'm the Bachelor. I'm here to help. Okay, gotta do a hard turn to reload. Okay, what do we got medicine-wise here? I'll probably be fine anyway. It's probably not worth actually buying. It kind of sucks that the bandage sets don't stack. So yeah, we're just gonna keep kind of wandering town, hitting up stores. Might actually turn over to midnight. We're not too far off from midnight, and we'll see the play. And maybe we can also go hit up Haruspix. I'm kind of interested in also being awake when the day turns over. Come on. Because I'm curious if something really nutty will happen to the town when the day turns over. I don't think it's gonna be too crazy, but we'll see. Yeah, day 11 wrapped up very quickly. Also got stuck reloading. Dag. Alright, cool boy me. Yeah, they're laughing at me. I think it's that door that actually gets me to the vendor store. And concerning Angband, I think that the devs were interested in making this game fairly rogue, but they made some critical missteps in making a really good rogue game like Angband, like a lot of Dwarf Fort. Stuff that makes those games really work. And, you know, those are not easy things to pull off, I will say. Games of that style without them being comical, like, grindfests. Like the way, Letter right now. Just pretty late from Changeling. I'll complain about things like Binding of Isaac and FTL in a moment. A warning from the Changeling. Your nemesis is breathing down your neck. Look behind you before it's too late. That's good. No, I'm good. She donned the mask of justice, playing skillfully with your desire to uncover the truth. She has abused you, made you a tool, forced you to create more lies. Dark passions and thirst for vengeance are poor companions for people like her. Find me at the commander's headquarters if you wish to know more. It is sad to see how easily she has tricked you. With me thinking you are a geometrician and a strategist of no small standing. Clara the Harbinger. Harbinger, eh? Alright, well, I'm not too far from her. She got something to say about Goliath? I mean, I'll be fair, I trust Goliath about as far as, Bachelor can throw her, and look at his puny arms. The commander, on the other hand, I trust about as far as Ruspix could throw him. So pretty far. Alright, so let's try and get her the first time.
This false Georgi is no Georgi at all.
Okay, so it's not with...
Another person has been living in his body for 2 days now.
Oh, really? That's cute. So it is with hard G's. I didn't know with, like, Slavic if it would be Georgi or if it was in fact Georgi. Now I know. Thank you, Clara. So I slightly trust Ruspix. I think that we have problems with each other. Yeah. It's kind of like what Sun Tzu would say, is the most trustworthy man is a greedy man, because you always know what he wants. But I definitely trust Haruspix more than I trust Changeling, kind of for the same purpose. I don't think that we have the same interest, but I do think that our interests run at least parallel. We have similar goals and similar MOs. Okay, the last part's not true. Our MOs are actually completely different. All of you are obsessed with murder and destruction. Why doesn't it occur to any of you that you can heal without cutting the sick parts off? Such is life, and still we love it. By the way, 2 days ago I received a little letter from you. What was it supposed to mean? I believe we're talking about when I started getting a whole bunch of like doppelganger letters where they were telling me to turn my PlayStation off. Take it at face value, Bachelor. Nothing has to be broken, believe me. The town is alive. As for you and Haruspix, you are demons. What a little bitch. Deceived and ruthless. Your eyes are white, for you are blind. Your tongues are red, for your thirst for blood. Yourselves are invincible, for you are hollow. One of you wants to decapitate it, another to slice away its body. Well, so, as I said, we're coming to a similar point, but via different MOs. Yeah. Stop rhapsodizing, Clara. Your tricks are cheap. Oh, she didn't even let me continue with that.
I'm so tired. I might...
Okay, but no, I'm not sticking with her. She just wants me to go suspect a Goliath, and I'm gonna go actually bother her. Yeah. It's about to be 10. Now, me and Haruspix got this. Boys Club, go. Yeah, no, I need to go reread Art of War, specifically that section, because that section was incredibly interesting. Sun Tzu's concept on, like, basically how to build the best D&D party. Oh, sick dodge. And Art of War is something that's been a while since I've read it. It's really short, too. Like, you can read it in an hour. the real thing about it is that you kind of have to go through it passage by passage, read translators' notes, and you should really be reading translators' notes from 3 different translators because it's super interpretive. You know, we can start talking about like 40K and the Codex Astartes. Was Journey to the West the first D&D party? I don't know when Journey to the West was actually written. As in, I know that's old. And not learning classical Mandarin. Yeah, I'm an absolute neophyte. What a pleb. Go shit in the streets with the other publians. But yeah, I wouldn't know what things it predates. Because is Journey to the West, I know that's old, of course, but is it exceptionally old? Because, like, here's the thing. There's probably a D&D party in, like, Vedic text. Okay. Let's see if she actually responds to this. There's a mutiny. 2 companies have gone rogue. They're trying to get the long-range weapons now. I know that already. This is really too much. Block is hunting them and punishing them mercilessly. Yes, he's good at that. The worst is the fact that Descent is shortening our time frame, and it's already short. We need to be swift. Any minute now, Block will realize that every hour of delay is biting off a quarter of his forces. We'll do everything we need to by tomorrow. Yeah, I think we just have some, like, topping off of dialogue right here. Yeah, I thought so. Journey to the West is kind of late. Oh, okay, well, now that's first print, but it did have an oral tradition beforehand. I'm gonna wager no, because the Chinese wrote down a lot of stuff, so. Though I can totally see, because there's a thing, if you know about Chinese culture, it's very taboo to print text. Concerning, I've been making Rousseau jokes lately, but the Chinese were very much of the opinion that people shouldn't read until they're like 40. Okay, I'm gonna save here. And there is a lot of taboo around education and things of that nature. That the only reading you should be doing is, like, you know, you should be reading basically textbooks to become a lawyer. And that's about the extent of what you should be studying. So I can probably sleep for, let's say, an hour. Yeah, well, and they had specific things that you were and were not supposed to read. So I can talk about a really interesting book called Dream the Red Chamber. It's one of the, like, main Chinese classics. And it's actually really interesting. So part of what's interesting about it is it's just about the only book that we have, or any text, that actually talks about what life was like for, like, the peasantry. Namely because it was, I guess you could say, heretical to not write about emperors and basically royalty. If you were writing about just peasants, it was considered a waste of time and borderline heretical. So we have very little information on what life was actually like in early China. The very first story in Dream the Red Chamber, if I get enough time, I might actually, like, slightly recite it, because I love the very first story in Dream the Red Chamber. And it really sets the tone for what the book was. No, it's actually written from the point of view of the poor. Which is part of what makes it so interesting. Yeah, it was borderline ASMR Chinese story time. Or we'll at least do the mime thing, because it's gonna happen just seconds from now. Let me just build up on rats to chase me. So yeah, I'll tell the first story of Dream the Red Chamber after we see the mime. I swear, is the game going slower because I'm running in a circle? Oh, he clipped me a little bit with his torch. The game's screwing with me. It's slowing down the time because it's just about to turn over to midnight, and the game wants to mess with me. Bachelor builds up speed for 25 hours. I swear the game is slowing down time as it rolls over to midnight. It's making me a crazy person. I'm gonna check a trash can. I haven't done that in a while.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to
And
remain
immediate letter.
unharmed.
Oh, probably
A
the
new
end of the day.
mime
Dale.
performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
That's probably from Aglaya, or maybe powers that be. You can't be half infected. Get out. Get out. Oh, this is the same letter. Or was it actually... Oh, quest. This is the last day we have left. The choice has to be made. Alright.
Whatever you do, you'll have to sacrifice something.
Destruction is inevitable. There's no miraculous way out.
So that's what their thought process is, see? There was nothing to hope for from the start. Each of them should simply fulfill their purpose. At least, we'll see which one works best.
Each of them wants to save that which is dear to them. Perhaps they could get along.
Out to the question. The meeting chamber is tight, with the general sitting at one side of the table and the Inquisitor sitting at the other. Only one of them will decide. The others will die.
Oh. He cleaned up the bodies.
If we're in the majority, the fragile polyhedron will be left untouched. We'll manage to sustain life in it. Maria can do miracles.
Yeah, I want to see Maria's miracles. I'm all about the miracle right now. I'm pro miracle. By the way, I'm totally on board with Rousseau, and I'm like, man, fuck theater. It's for a bunch of hedonists, and all it does is promote debauchery. Anyway. Well, sure. I also thank you for saving my life, kind sir. Hats off to you. Rats off to you. I'll have a chance to put my life to good use in the near future. That's what they all say, right? I still don't get it. You are an entirely different creature. How come you're in the same boat with utopians? Rousseau should be throwing stones. Well, I was just listening to a podcast where they were saying that Rousseau is the original Alex Jones, and it's like, you know what? Kinda, especially in his later years when he gets like nutty, and doesn't he think that his like son-in-law is trying to kill him. Anyway, absolutely though, Russo should not. Russo, he's very I guess he's kind of Nietzschean, not directly, but in that there's a lot of hypocrisy, but a lot of reality and hypocrisy in what he says. All right. What is there not to get, O esteemed and wisest of bachelors? No. I thought that the whole point of the utopian's ideology was neglecting the laws of fate and the limits it imposes upon us. You are correct, O the keenest of the astute. So what? I have cognized the side of existence from backstage, so to speak, from where the strings go and the machinery is hidden. And yet I willingly swore allegiance to the utopia. Does that tell you nothing? I got like a sneeze trapped in my nose. Yes, I don't believe you have changed, and you being with them is fearsome to me. You are an alarming tone in the jubilant orchestra of creators. I'm glad you're leaving. You are a dangerous person. Dealing with you would be an arduous task. You're back to being annoyed already, and I was just planning to ask you what you're going to do with your life. Me? That's ridiculous. It's very tactless of you to ask a question like that. No offense taken by me. You haven't offended me at all. After all, you've offended the Scarlet Mistress herself. My life belongs to Maria now, and I am merely her humble servant, always at her service. I've just realized why you haven't been infected even once. You've never been among my volunteers. Alright, this guy. Okay, so I think first thing we're going to do, if I don't have... Okay, immediately the Inquisitors trying to get a hold of me. So be it. Tomorrow they are going to pay the full price of their arrogance. Each one of us will keep their word and fulfill their duty. We will appease the higher justice, and in doing so, avenge ourselves. Not one of us is going to act against the truth. Congratulations, Denkovsky. Our elegant maneuver was a success. We took the winnings and placed our opponents into a position in which they have no other choice but to vanish. The council is tomorrow. Legal considerations require it be held in the presence of someone serving as a representative of the local authorities. The three ruling families are completely bankrupt. However, the so-called mistress will attend the council in their stead. She will vouch for our intentions before the townsfolk. Do you have any binding obligations towards the families in power? If so, this may become an issue tomorrow. Be a shame if you weren't allowed to attend the proceedings. Alas, the law is the law, and I won't be able to do anything about it. Alright. Oh, is everything going to be, good? Are there going to be no infected districts? No police? Oh. Perhaps there's a way down through the polyhedron now. Well, I guess we should make our way over that way. Alright. The first story of Dream the Red Chamber. I'll go over it. Get a drink, because I'll talk as we go along. So the story starts in heaven. And the wall around heaven, just through time, has begun to deteriorate. So the goddess, whose job it is to maintain the wall, goes and fashions 3 million stones to repair the wall. So she begins, after she finishes fashioning the stones, to replace the bricks one by one. However, the wall only required 2,999,999 bricks. And so she was left with one extra brick, to which she cast it out of heaven. So the brick lands on Earth, and being divine has consciousness. And all the brick can do is sit and lament for thousands of years as to why, of all the bricks, it was the one brick that was worse than the 3 million. Why was it that it was the only brick not chosen to be a part of the wall? As time passes, a Taoist priest and a Buddhist priest are wandering the plains. I'm just, noticing that. I don't think that there's any infected districts. And the two men, being holy men, recognize the brick's divinity immediately. So, they decide that they should bring the brick with them wherever they go. And they enchant the brick so that everything that the brick experiences will be etched onto the surface of the brick. So they take the brick with them on their travels, and many years pass, and the brick is eventually put into a Tao temple. So many years pass, the brick sits there in meditation. When's Lao Tzu going to kick down a ravine? I'll pick it up. You're too early. The queens will be deciding the fate of the remains of this wretched town at 7 o'clock. As for now, the cathedral's closed. I need to speak to Alexander Block. He's here. Here? No. He will only arrive at 7 o'clock in the evening. A person of exemplary punctuality and honor that he is. I don't think he's going to let me see anyone. Oh, he actually is saying stuff. It's just a brick, guys. Anyway, you'll find out if every person whose life has been in your hands for the past 12 days has a chance to say a word before the council. Every single bound person. Yeah, but Eva's dead. She apparently does not think so. This unfortunate girl is the only friend of yours that has really done something for you. You don't ever have to take care of her now, yet her voice will be heard. She pleaded and spoke for you. And the others? There are a few lives that you personally are responsible for. If these people are safe and sound by the evening, you'll be allowed access to the council. You'll have a chance to tell Aglaya Lilith what you think of her. By the evening, all of them will be well. Yeah, I know. She doesn't think she did. She must have... I wouldn't be surprised if she killed herself and she's like, oh, man, I screwed it up. Okay, so I'll save right here. I'm considering just sleeping until it's 7. Anyway. So, a young Tao priest, in trying to understand the universe and the meaning of life, is advised to actually go visit the brick and see what sort of truth the brick has divined. So he climbs to the top of a mountain where the brick resides, and he goes before the brick. Yeah. Yeah, nothing to say here. Anyway, so he goes before the brick, and he prays that he might read the inscription on the brick. That's right, the building was supposed to hold her soul. So yeah, let's just do this. I have no infection. Oh, is all infection gone? So the young Tao priest lifts up the brick and begins to read the inscription on it. To which, he begins to furrow his brow, and he says, what is this? All you did is write about women with big tits. To which the block responds by writing upon its surface. And the block responds, you're just mad that a brick had a more interesting life than you. And that's the opening of Dream the Red Chamber. Yeah, so Dream the Red Chamber is a pretty hot book. In which it finally becomes apparent what it was all about. You were too early. Oh, you mean 7 p.m.? Well, everything's kind of free. You know what I can do? I can go check on Sticky and, it is attack 7, right? Yeah. I can go check on Sticky and, Aspity. They had both gotten sick. So maybe I can actually heal them. They should be the only people that are sick. And that's due to the other characters not being good at the game. And me being good at the game. Yeah, no, there's another extended story about a guy in a bar who doesn't know what to do because his son's gay. Damage control time, yeah. The advice is, you ever consider making him a lawyer? Yeah, no, I believe in the book it even describes that the book itself will be about mundane things, such as milk shooting out of your nose. As one of the interesting passages in it. It's, of course, written very eloquently, and not the way that I'm, of course, you know, flourishing it for effect, but, that is kind of what it breaks down to. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of classical Chinese literature. I'm actually such a big fan of Chinese literature that I know I wouldn't want the Chinese to be in charge of the United States. I think that would be really bad. They just have their like ethical system is completely just detached from what we see. Yeah, well, my freedoms. Well, I've considered after I finished doing like a reading of Marcus Aurelius to do a reading of like the Mozi, which is it's like Stoicism brought to its logical extreme. Haruspix's protocol. I was told you were looking for an alternative way, Oinen. I know what we must do. We have no other choice but to offer an inordinate sacrifice. Doing so is still the most humane thing that can be done. If you think you could trust my judgment, come and see me, and I will tell you the details of it. Running out of time, so much has happened recently that I feel as if I'm being torn in two. Hell! Brach. I'm guessing he's still going to be in the factory. Yeah, the Mozi kind of has a lot of the aspect that humans should basically just be automatons and come to every conclusion through just like extended rationalization, like that hyper rational type stuff. The kind of stuff that like big brain Sam Harris types fall in love with and then inevitably become like despots over. Emotions. We won't need emotions in the utopia. I feel like I've done a whole bunch of increments. Oh, just right here.
What was that?
I don't know. You're intimidating me, Ruspix. I hope you're happier than I am, Oinen. So you have mustered up the resolve to... What about you? I'm in doubt, Oinen. I keep screwing up. All this time I've been walking between two paths. I hope that eventually they will converge into one, but they went into different directions. I know how to preserve the town without risks. I could have shown you the proof I've promised. I was a bit short on time. Tell me how you would do this. I would destroy the polyhedron. This is the piece that has to be paid for procuring enough raw material to create tons of panacea. Or to keep the settlement, of course. An abandoned, dangerous place of 100-fold worse than an inhabited one that's ruled with resolve. So you would demolish the polyhedron. That's your price for saving the town. But how would this powder keg of a settlement be ruled? I would tackle the hardest task myself. Ruling the dome that's covering the depths. The living part that has a protective crust. I'd pass over to the new generation of rulers brought up by Capella. If another outbreak ever happens, we'll have enough panacea to nip the epidemic in the bud. The next generation of rulers? You mean your bound children? Yes, exactly. Olgimskaya has marked them, and her mark is not of this world. She's never wrong. Say, if you took it upon yourself to take charge of them, I'd have time to prepare my arguments before the evening and could attend the council well prepared, but Changeling has ruined them, and now some of them are dying. I suppose I could help. Really? I just love her Haruspik's like, Bachelor, I fucked up. Then I can present the commander with arguments in favor of a proposal that will preserve the town at the cost of destroying the tower. This is a wise arrangement, and, as my heart tells me, a lasting one. Thinking about the future of my community. What do you need for that? I will be present at the council if I know for sure that the children Capella has entrusted with me are alive. Then, the time I've been meaning to spend making my rounds. Words. Let me start that one over. Then the time I've been meaning to spend making my rounds. I'll instead spend on preparing my evidence. Will you help me with my bound? Yeah, I will. Because I'm just such a good guy. No, Oinen, I don't. That's a problem. I'm out of panacea. To use the last flask and the last batch of ingredients at the council as an argument in favor of my proposal. I'll try and think of something. Here. Only the Haruspics will be able to convince the chess queens that his solution is the correct path before he attends the final council in the cathedral. He'll have to make sure that his bound are alive. Murky, Sticky, Notkin, Grace, Taya Taichik, Khan, and Capella. I don't think I got that much, dude. I don't know how many of them are, like, I know Sticky got sick. I've, like, not visited Notkin. I think I've visited him all of maybe once or twice. We can, yeah, there's no infection, so we can just go. And here I was getting all prepared for the final day. There's not next that way. Yeah. Oh. Murky's in, I'm guessing, this boxcar. Yeah, I've never visited Murky. Yeah, so Murky could be sick, and I would have no idea if she is. I know Sticky is sick. I don't know if he's Rip. I don't know if they die of infection or if they just stay sick until they get healed. So I got Panacea and I got a Schmouter. She did in yours. I mean, nothing to do but just to check. We're kind of just hanging out. And so we'll pass by Notkin and Merc. That being said, if you're ever looking for a great thing to get into, like, classical Chinese culture, there is an amazing dramatization of the Romance of Three Kingdoms, and it's all up on YouTube. It might have been taken down by now. It's been a while since I've checked. But forewarning, it is 100 episodes long, and each episode, I believe, is an hour. But it is really good. Be prepared because there are like 60 characters in it. Water Margin is something I've been interested in trying to read, but it's something that's so difficult to surmount because I believe Water Margin has 300 acting characters in it or something like that. And that's probably Changeling going, help. Do you remember the letter I sent you? The time has come. The victory I'm trying to lead you to is not enabled by reason, is made possible by faith alone. You cannot prove it. You can only feel it with deep within your heart, in the left wing of the termitary. So come along if you want to talk. My plan is the only one that will work. Nothing has to die. Clara. There's only so much I can do, kids. Can I actually not exit through the back here? Or I guess I wanted to see Notkin anyway. So, oh, looks like Notkin is sick. Can't they be helped? Oh, Okay, well, here we go. I have Panacea. I'll give him the Shrouder. Why not? It doesn't matter. Let's give it to them. Is there any negative to giving someone the Shrouder as opposed to the Panacea? Is it something like you can only give it to them once, maybe? Yeah, so I can only do so much, because unless there's going to be a way for me to get more Panacea. Or even Shrouders, for that matter. Yeah, that's what I was kind of guessing. That was just flavor. Yeah, and the guy that plays Cao Cao is, like, so crazy good in the role. I wouldn't be surprised. You've probably seen memes of Cao Cao at some point. Oh, and spoilers, everyone dies. In the, in the historical, I guess you could call it like a sort of romanticization that takes place across the span of about 100 years. Okay, yeah. Oh, man. The other characters really sucked. Well, I guess it doesn't matter too much who I help. I can't imagine a way I would get more Panacea right now. I can go say hi to Clara. So as far as I know, we're actually going to see Murky. Because why not? Yeah, pass time anyway. I should probably actually buy some food. Wonder if it'll be super cheap. Where's the actual entrance? Let me see. Let's just hammer use the whole way through. Any heals in the dresser? Maybe. I can double check. I don't think so, though.
And my path was called Feed the Doll. I also wanted to be with Mom and Dad.
I won't
Dad?
bother interacting with the character that I've literally met right now. It'll be completely out of context, or well, it won't be out of context. It'll just be a bit silly. But yeah, I can check, because I might have like some Shrouders, maybe. Yeah, I mean, at some point, there's a good chance I'll actually come back to this and see if I can... Another letter from who? Oh, Inquisitor's reminder. Tonight at 7, proceedings will be held at the town cathedral. I earnestly request your attendance. You will introduce your arguments before this obtuse commander in order to substantiate our, I should hope, decision. I also ask that you put all your current affairs in order before the proceedings. The situation is at a stalemate. Whatever authority I wield is not enough to guarantee that the right decision is enforced. P.S. I rely on your discretion as well as your decency. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do Haruspix like right after this, depending on how much time we got. If the strong pills, I don't know if I have the strong pills. Yeah, I think I lost my strong pills when I got captured and put on the firing line. I mean, I could try to just purchase some. I'm trying to remember what the strong ones are. Is it the, like, pinkish purple ones? I believe they're really good. Or there might be even stronger ones. The same way the Delta tabs showed up. The ones that, you know, basically just completely fill out your immunity. without dealing hardly any damage. And maybe I'll do just enough, like I'll start Haruspix. Probably won't really do too much of the day, but I might like turn it on. I mean, maybe because it's like last day, it'll be selling some really high quality goods. Also, I gotta check out the termitary and say hi to Clara. Music creeping up. Their music's trying to get the jump on me. Okay. So, I got the dosh for it, so why not? Just gonna cost 8,000, and that seems to be the best pill that he sells. Monomycenium, neomycenium. I don't remember what the third. Let me actually read it. Antibiotic that kills microbes in the organism, suppresses their growth. Monomycenium doesn't kill harmful microorganisms, but strongly impedes their reproduction. It will destroy the disease, but can reduce the rate to a third. Yeah, that's probably the best thing I'll be able to get a hold of. Oh, have you, I was gonna say, did you finish Bachelor and then get like 75% through Haruspix? You're gonna use my stream so you can cheat Changeling. I don't approve. Yeah, in retrospect, of course, now that I understand the game better. Oh, this is Fermomycenium. That's the really good one. Okay. And I can pass by stores and see if, what's it? Any of the stores happen to sell them. Yeah, I would easily have enough Panacea and probably even Schmouters to actually cure everyone. If I, had a better handle on the game. But of course, first playthrough, if I got it all right the first time, then the game was probably too easy.
Yes?
You saved my life. Thank you. I'll have a chance to put it to good use in the near future. What are you going to do with your life? Tell me. It's simple. I won't be staying here long. When everything is finished and I make sure that my daughter has become the Scarlet Mistress, I'll relocate to Focus. I belong there. But what if the town is destroyed? The Crucible will be razed too. Only splinters and heaps of dead stone will remain here. But Focus is not quite a place. It will survive the destruction of the town. You can, how these... I'm gonna guess that's supposed to say you can see how tiny these houses are. Focus is nothing more than a mere toy, and the polyhedron will be sufficient to everybody. We'll get along well with Simon, and when a new town is designed, we'll dissolve in its features. Yeah, sold a Panacea. Hey, well, I got a gun out of it. I could have probably sold other stuff, or, been less stingy with my money, but hey, whatever. And that one more Panacea wouldn't have made the difference. I would have needed to hold on to, because I think I used Schmouters once or twice, when I probably didn't need to, and I think I had other opportunities for more Panacea. So there will be a new town. Here's how it's going to be. The town on this bank of the river will be deserted. New town will be built on the other bank of the Gorchen. A town bigger, freer, and more beautiful. The people who will have found shelter in the specular cocoon will become its new inhabitants. Everything will change for the better. Last question. Tell me about Nina. She was a radiantly beautiful woman. Dark chestnut with an intricate hairdo. I'd like to write a song about hairdos, rather than the people beneath them. Her eyes were deep and of the color of French plum. Her features were noble. Her only failing was the tendency to blow her nostrils, but that was hardly noticeable. They were thin, tight, and elegant. What an interesting description. That's excusable. What else? She was carefully minding her P's and Q's. She had an imperial deportment, and it was very tall, and her waist was so thin that a man could clasp it in his two palms. She liked cinnamon and black cherry. Will that be enough? Thank you, that will be enough. I will be sure to put that in my report. Yeah, tight nostrils.
My path was called the Return of the Magic. I wanted to claim the power to create a place of miracles and lovely lawlessness.
I wouldn't have lived to see today if not for you. Now, if my design works, I will be able to revive the town. I'm grateful to you, my love. I'll never forget it. What are you planning to do? The polyhedron will become for the new town what the abattoir used to be for the old one. A hub, a nursing organ, a source of vital power, the origin of its history. How is it possible? It is a prism. It will refract sun rays, focusing them and inseminating the other bank of the river with its blessed warmth. It will all be about the solar cycle. The spots will shift and move following the laws of every calendar. Are you going to remove the children from the polyhedron? What will happen to it? The polyhedron, the beginning of the starting point of the new town, can accumulate childhood and its own magic. Routes, space, and structures that will stretch from the polyhedron will be able to ignite other flames in people who have left the tower. Can it all be truly possible? Can you really do it? I'm not alone. Moreover, I'm not showing you my real power. You're leaving today, aren't you? So remember me for who I was. Remember me not as the Scarlet Mistress, able to grab your life, ignite you, and drag your whole being along, but as a girl with her life hanging by a thread. Yeah, I don't know if I want to necessarily stay. This kind of sucks. Perhaps I'll come back here one day. I surely will if I don't forget the way. Why would I want to stick around this place? Oh, Georgi.
Tell me what you want, and I will tell you who you are.
You saved my life, dear doctor. Thank you. My life is crucial to feeding another one. Do not rebuke me for my untimely selfishness. I'll have a chance to put it to good use in the near future. What are you going to do with your life, Judge? Tell me. I've already done what I wanted. My life expectancy was low anyway. Why would I stretch my last days, accumulate diseases, and grow to become a burden for my relatives? No. The best thing I can do now is to give way to my niece. You are fading away quickly, Judge. Life is leaving you. How much do you have left? Not much, but I do not need much. pretty soon the spirit will find a more worthy vessel than this old body. And what about your spirit? What happens to you, Judge? What does my spirit matter compared to Simon's? And it's not going to stay long in the specular trap either. It's not even cozy there. When the new town is founded, Simon will dissolve in it, I'm sure. I admire your courage, Judge. Alright. I'm gonna wager I can't actually go in the polyhedron. I mean, I could try. And kind of why not? Just gonna do the rounds and say hi to everyone. Pick up a bit of meat on my way through. I might need to get more zippy water. Oh, the post-game Earthbound part. Yeah, I'm kind of noticing that. I won't bother really visiting people that I kind of didn't, like, interact with much. Like, you know, it's a little bit silly. No, I can't. Oh well. But yeah, like speaking to say Murky, for example. I don't really know. Yeah, definitely everyone on the list, and plenty of people. Like, I'm gonna talk to everyone on my normal route. Like, I'm pretty sure that Laura is not on my is not one of the adherents for me. But she's someone that I did quite a bit of interacting with, so. Also, Bachelor hungry. The going around and talking to everyone in Earthbound is kind of like the best part of the game, though. Because it just opens up so much of the game. And it's impressive how much unique dialogue there is. It's honestly, you know, I don't have time to visit everyone. It would probably end up being a slight waste of time to go and speak to the people that I hardly knew. Yeah, I know, I'm about to work on that right here. Watch, there's no food sold. Yeah, I was hoping that. Or assuming, and it's all at pretty good prices, too. And crackers for good measure. Okay, that's it. Yeah, I was right on it as you said it. it's pretty obvious that you'd have to really be in a bad way to die on the 12th day.
If there's enough people like me, the town will stay the same. We'll surrender ourselves to Clara unregretted. Our rotten life belongs to the new mistress.
Thank you. I need to live a little longer. There's one more thing that has to be done. My death will not be purposeless now. What kind of thing? I'm to perform the most precious feat of all, the feat of self-sacrifice. I will do as Simon has done. Every single particle of my body and soul will become life-bearing, bursting with life and granting it to others. There will be no cannon fire. The town will continue to grow. The thread to the future will stretch from the very dawn of time. Do you really believe that can be done? We are too few now, but if there's at least a dozen of us, it will be enough for the town to expand further and beyond. Hopefully, the place where daydreams are captured and fulfilled will live to see 200 years more. And how many of those like me have survived? I don't care. I wanted to save your life, not for the sake of future sacrifices. Okay. Let's go see Yulia now. Oh yeah, and I want to hit up what pharmacies I can. In case they got Firmomycinium. Just in case it works. I wager it won't. But... I'm pretty sure the Firmomycinium is going to be, or is the best antibiotic that you can get a hold of that isn't a panacea, or isn't Schmauters. Oh, Yulia.
I'm afraid I'm of little use now.
Thank you. I need to live a little longer. There's one more thing that has to be done. My death will not be purposeless. I feel like I've heard this before. But this is literally the same dialogue. Obviously, because I'm guessing that they are both for Clara. I still need to go visit Clara so she can go, Bachelor, I fucked up. Yeah, so it's a little bit disappointing. Well, I guess it's not too disappointing. It would actually be a little more lame if everyone had the same. Is this marked for plague? Or are they just still kind of left out? I guess they're just left out. But yeah, if you just went and you reread the dialogue as two different characters, it would also be a lot of unique dialogue to write. Oh, he is actually here.
That does it. I'm gonna break soon.
So, today is the end. At 2200, we're taking the army southeast to the main road. At 2350, we're firing. Your choice will decide where the shells go, surgeon. The council will be held at the cathedral at 1900. What if you miss... Bachelor, slap yourself? What if you missed the target? Listen, they were able to hit targets in the Middle Ages with artillery. I think this guy's got it handled. Not from this distance. That is out of the question. Then wait for me at the cathedral. Take my advice. Beware of the Inquisitor. They do say that you're a refined analyst, but I wouldn't risk playing her game if I were you. It's better to hold a blind defense and not to believe a word. You underestimate me. No matter how hard you struggle, an Inquisitor will always find a way to trick you. There's nothing to be done about it. An Inquisitor can always use you in their interest, so you won't even notice it. That's exactly what's going to happen to us all today. Why is the Inquisitor so dangerous to you, Commander? Officially, I don't have the right to fire unless either of you provides me with a detailed report on the hazard situation. I hope you can appreciate the restriction that applies to my freedom. We're gonna go for it. Duobus, Cotanibus, Tertius, Gaude. It's been a while since I've studied Latin, but as far as I can tell, that says it takes two to tango. That's actually probably not too far, at least idiomatically, from what it said. I'm realizing I don't even remember what the bus suffix denotes. Is that one's like... Is that like a future passive sort of thing?
Like me, the town will stay the same. We'll surrender ourselves to Clara, unregretted.
So I won't bother reading the duplicate dialogue. Naturally. I read it once. And I'm guessing he's gonna say the same thing, that he has to live, so he can do the sacrifice.
The rabble is complete.
Okay, but the Statomatans will have something to say. Or should. Not necessarily. Okay. All right. It's Pete time.
Bad Twirin makes your head wooden.
Oh,
Good.
Is it? I'm gonna go get some zippy water. Not really been digging into my yogurt like I should be, but surprisingly, for how kind of like slow this game is, your community is strong. Community is drunk. They all search the same Latin phrase. Alright. You saved my life, Daniel. Thank you. I'll put it to good use. A bird in the background. You won't regret it. What are you going to do with your life? Tell me. Here's what's going to happen. The part of the town on this bank of the river will be deserted. The people who will have found shelter in the specular cocoon will become its new inhabitants. What are you going to build? My brother and I will build the whole town. The cold hall will look like a mud pie in a sandbox compared to it. I've designed it in my mind already. Tell me. I told you already of the idea to construct a building with a variable density. Or was it someone else? But there's also a not house. There's a house that erupts from itself. An inside-out house, so to speak, but without the inside part. An encircled suburb that is at war with the center. A bridge suburb. And of course, A growing house that changes every week. How could you possibly invent all that? Are you really going to build all those things? There was an effulgent epiphany, a true eureka moment. My brother and I have planned for the space already. We have laid roads, placed suburbs and districts, and when we saw the whole thing and realized how much energy was hiding in it, we exchanged glances. It will rival cities of the greatest ancient civilizations. So I've made the right choice after all. You alone are worth bringing a gang of criminals and scoundrels into power. So let's see. Okay, next we want to hit up Sticky. I won't bother actually talking to Sticky, since he's just going to have a generic text for Ruspix. If I can even save him. We'll see. But Aspity and Sticky might be great. Oh. He ripped. Okay, so there's nothing we could even do about it. I didn't save him soon enough. Might be able to save Aspity. Especially because she only recently got sick. We'll go say hi to Clara. She said that she was in the left wing of the termitary. What left wing exactly means, I'm not sure. Oh, is it this one door that I've never been able to open? This guy. Yeah, rip Sticky.
Neither the town nor the tower have to be sacrificed. Everything can be saved.
See how everything turns out. Who could have thought? You have to sacrifice something. Either the town or the polyhedron. One of the queens wants to destroy the wondrous tower while the other seeks to raise as much as possible just to make sure. That's just how the world goes. The world doesn't work like you think it does. You've been taught wrong in that academia of yours. As for me, I know how to arrange it so that both the town lives and the polyhedron stands. It will all be just like it used to be. And how will you arrange that? It's a secret. But it would really help if you had some extra panacea, maybe. Something has to be sacrificed anyway. A lot, really. But these things, they actively want to disappear off the face of the earth. Nothing to regret about. Curious, what kind of things? What do you care? They're but fuel that would allow to preserve the old state of being. Oh, the powers that be will be delighted. They really shouldn't have persecuted me. I could have offered them a wonderful gift. What's the cost? This is another secret. Curiosity killed the cat. My word is enough. I will keep it. I am a mystical creature. I am a mistress. Are you now? Whatever the powers that be claim, they don't really care about the disease. The town. The town. The town. In the precise state it's existing now, that's their primary concern. The town whose juices flow to feed the blooming and active polyhedron. Wow, the polyhedron's full of zippy water. And you think you could arrange that? I could arrange it so that everything stays the way it used to if I could get into the cathedral and look the Inquisitor in the eye. But I can't. I have to care for my confidants. They have to put faith in me already, you see. I cannot abandon them now. I'll do my best to help you. How do I recognize your bound? All of them are listed in the letter that I sent you several days ago, and they're easily recognizable. The persecuted, the outcasts, the villains, the criminals. Those who only shelter is me, the new mistress. Wait for me. I'll take care of your outcasts. Okay. Only the changeling will be able to explain the advantages of her paradoxical solution to the chess queens before she attends the final council in the cathedral. She will want to make sure that her bound are alive. They are Bad Grief, he's good. Reuben, he's good. Aspity, maybe. Anna, she's good. Yulia, good. Lara, good. Alexander, and Kettering. Yeah, Clara actually kind of lucks out if Aspity can take the Firmomycenium. Just coincidentally. Because I think 2 of those people on that list had gotten sick. Yeah, Reuben and Sabarava. Katerina Sabarava had both gotten sick, but it was also required that I speak to them. Late game, specifically. Because I did have quests with, like, Sticky, but it was early on, so when he got sick late and he just never came up again, it was never imperative that I necessarily heal him. Was Sticky the only one who didn't make it, actually? Oh, and Big Vlad. But it seems that the Olgimskis are on no one's list. No one cares for the Olgimskis. Right. Yep. So, rip Aspity. Yeah, oh, did I ever? Yeah, I did. I was trying to remember if I had checked my dresser drawer. So, we'll just get moderate good ending, not the double good ending. I think that's everyone to talk to, actually, that will be of interest. Oh, I didn't talk to... Can't really talk to Eva. But Andri. Yeah, we can go through like this. And then I guess I'll just crash until about 7. It's just a very out of the way road to take. Well, let's travel with Bachelor vision on. It's got like this meter in the corner. I'm not really sure what it means. Oh, you're supposed to make beef jerky. Oh, is it gonna be new JoJo stuff? Because I'm out of touch. I'll check it. I mean, if I'm gonna check it, check it like this. Push F for sticky. Rest in pizza, little dude. Oh, do you see? It did like a little graphical glitch there. Yeah, we're all having celebratory image posts. No, that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. This is like a chill day. Oh, can I have conversations with? Okay,
that's it. There's nothing left here. Run, run.
Aren't you like really interested in sticking around now? I feel like that that audio's out of place now. But well, let's see his actual take on the whole thing, because I'm guessing he's probably all hype right now. You saved my life, old chap. Lovely. Soon you'll see that I won't let you down. Your gift is greatly appreciated and is going to be put to good use. And what are you going to do with your life? Tell me. I have finally realized what my part is, you know. I'm good at breaking through where no one is supposed to. And I'm really good at breaking rules, at challenging and contradicting. But I have no idea how to build something. You are also absolutely wild. A pointless atavism, evolutionarily speaking. I've been looking for a reason to tell you this since university. And this is exactly why I'll be able to implement anything invented by Peter and blessed by Maria's love. Neither death, nor depth, nor the law itself will stop me. All in all, I'm saying I love this future pyre. It makes me feel like a demiurge. I envy you, Andre. Wow. Okay, so let's... So that's every one of my adherents. And from what I can tell, everyone else has generic text. 2 deaths. So we'll go hit up the bed. That wasn't a turn, right? Yeah, that's a little bit further. Oh. I ran out of Bachelor vision. Unless anyone can think of anything else that I should hit up before I lay in bed and wait for the trial. You would think, by the way, by now I would be able to find my way to my house. I'm guessing, by the way, or is it just me? Is Mark Immortel adherent for everyone? I was kind of under that impression. Oh. I'm curious. I actually figured even when I just saw him on the list, like day 1, I was like, okay, well, the guy who runs a theater is probably on the list for everyone. You know, just because the theater is so central to, like, not necessarily the plot. It's definitely the, it's definitely Brahmin speaking to you to tell you how the game works in a lot of situations. They definitely play the role of meta. So I was kind of under the impression that everyone was kind of like, hey, keep Mark alive. So that way we can keep giving you the meta. Like a dork. I got so used to everything just being absolutely torn up that when I came to Eva Yan's house, I was like, this isn't the right place. Yeah, it foreshadows a lot, and they do just give straight, like, other times even control type stuff. Like, here's how you play the game. And I would feel that Mark getting sick would cut out a lot of the game. Oh, I can't count. That's 4 p.m. And we want it to be 6 p.m. I can do math, me. I can't. That's why I always keep my TI-83 on my desk at all times. With all of the programs I've pre-programmed into it so that I don't have to remember things like the quadratic function. Because, listen, you never know when you're going to have to measure the dimensions of, like, a trapezoid. It could come up basically at any point. Okay, so we'll do an incremented save. Is it ring for... Okay, we'll just get like this. Are you hype? Beaky, are you hype? You're a tall dude. Maybe not. Maybe it's the costume that makes you tall. So how is it working at Not Scary Farm? If I didn't know better, I would say that staying still causes time to go more slowly. I'm pretty sure it's just, you know, because I'm watching a pot boil. Can I go? Just check the trash. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if there's nothing in the trash on the last day. I mean, there's been no one in the streets. But, I mean, I guess there's been quite the population drop, hasn't there? God damn it. Cool. I just broke everything. Oh god, how did I really broke my... I accidentally clicked out and, like, everything broke. Get this back up. Okay, we're good. And we're good. And we're good. Yeah, just rummaging trash for old time's sake. Maybe I can find a lucky burger in it. I'll save outside the cathedral. Alright. Let's... Hobo economy. Truly the most advanced and most Lindy of economies. Let's go. Oh, I got it. Let me in, doorman. Alright. Come, Bachelor. The Assembly is waiting your decision. The queens of this chessboard are in deadlock. They have each other pinned down. The game may very well end in a tragic stalemate. You're a pawn at the finishing line. Oh my god, I cannot... End of the game and I suddenly can't speak. You're a pawn at the end of the finishing line. Deliver your checkmate, mate. Do I hear laughter from under your ugly beak? Funny. Now everything will be decided. The Inquisitor lass seems to think that she has used you. Confused? Don't you fret. She's also nothing. Everything was leading to this. You're now acting in the interest of inevitability. You can't get away from it. Evil conquers all. Make way, Executor. I want in. Okay. Let's go. See if it just plays itself out, or do I have to actually do things?
What?
I am indeed powerless, as you can see. I'm accused of having arranged your discovery. I've lost my vote of confidence, so tell them whose discovery it is, for the laurels are yours. Are you in doubt? Your diabolical deception was so simple. The cause and the source. So easy to put these very different things together, Inquisitor, but they are not the same. In this case, they are. It's strange that you have failed to see that. This place is a utopia. That is, an abuse of nature. The utopia must be destroyed. It's evil. What is a utopia, Galia? Let's talk for the last time. What is provoking your hatred so much? I am a humanitarian. My duty is to save people, not kill them. I only condemn a few to death for the sake of the many. Now I'm offering you to save the happiness of several thousands, hardly shedding any blood at all. A utopia will demand more and more sacrifices, you know. Even this utopia. But why do you think this place is a utopia? Nobody conducts social experiments here. Look, this place is more natural than nature. Utopias are usually constructed to embody perfect justice, liberty, or economical thrift. This one, however, is different. This town is not a place that does not exist. It's a place that cannot exist. Mustn't exist. Here's where the cause and the source are the same. Elaborate on that, please. I'm still failing to understand where you see the root of all evil. Our country holds the absolute record on experimental utopia designs. This is a feature that should be interpreted as its absolute virtue. Social masterpieces are rare, but they do happen. They don't have to be accidental. Indeed. However, somehow they never seem to live long. Now, at the dawn of the current century, there are almost none left. One gets the impression that there is no country that would imbue its inhabitants with inner force simply because they happen to inhabit it. There have been examples of this, but they've all been destroyed. Why? I do not know. Let's get back to the matter at hand. A wonderful town is suddenly beginning to die. No one knows why. Why this one? The one that has managed to produce a wonder. The most curious. The most mysterious. Inhabited by the most talented people. What did they do to deserve this? I'll tell you. I'm all ears. At the persistent pleasure of the capricious powers that be, the miracle that has been accidentally embodied as the polyhedron is forced to stay there, captured by the flesh of the town that has nurtured it, feeding it with its resources, people, and hot blood. This flesh has become its womb and its prison. You're being too metaphoric. What does this have to do with my choice and the epidemic? Enslaved miracles die not of anyone's malice. That is just their nature. You can't hold a miracle with your hands. You can only hold its corpse. The idea is not new. Let's have a closer look at the disease, the embodiment of this logic. Is it good or evil? Why has it come to the town? Do you consider it to be good? Why did you come to this town at the same time then? You are, by all definitions, a hero. A miracle maker almost. It was the powers that be that tried to make you detain the miracle here. Not the poor, obsessed Cains. They only played their part. They represent their own force. But you, do you really want to go back to being a slave? The powers that be are bending you to submission according to their own designs. You're obsessed with revenge, Aglaya. Revenge is a bad companion in the search for truth. Then tell him, Daniel. There he stands, waiting for your word. A puppet. Just like... Guide his weapons. No one has heard a single word of recommendation from you yet, and I'm relying on you completely. Just like I said. And heed my warnings. I'll remember everything we've talked about. Be silent. Alright.
We can't let cheats play with our free will.
So, Bachelor, it was neither greed nor plotting nor circumstance that has informed your choice, but your conscience alone. I've been given orders to level everything here, but if that's not necessary, I'm willing to trust your judgment, risking my life and honor, for I am merciful. Where shall I point the weapon? I'm not ready. That is wise. You have neither a second chance nor a replay option. I advise caution. I'll keep it in mind. Just because of that, I will increment a save. I had a feeling that talking to him first was potentially a problem.
Why can't I move on my own?
I knew you would come. When will you begin to execute your design, Maria? I've already begun, my Daniel. When the night falls and the wind scatters the smoke above the scorched earth, the dust of the building demolished settles. You will see several new constellations light up the sky. They will plunge their light towards us, and when the first specks of this light reach the Castilians of the Polyhedron, a miracle will happen. And what will they be like? How are you going to call them? I'll see, but I expect them to be mostly red. Ruby, scarlet, crimson, carmine, merlot, mahogany, vermilion, garnet, rose, pink, burgundy. Perhaps you may even notice something familiar in the structure of these constellations. Where will these constellations come from? They have existed for a long time already. People just couldn't see them before because their light was hurrying towards us from far beyond. Now the first rays of these stars are about to reach our surfaces. We will see their light reflected in the specular planes of the preserved polyhedron. What will become of your family, Maria? Perishing, burning down, dissolving without a trace. This is my family's destiny. It happened to my mother, it happened to Simon. Tomorrow, Georgi dies, and my father will fade out in a week. And in 10 years, when my town is complete, it will pass on in the same fashion. What will happen to the children? Will you expel them from the tower? There's nothing to be done about it. They have to free up the space for the new guests. My brother will become embittered, betray me, and rebel against me, but I will find a way to deal with him. He will cower behind Capel's back willingly when my mother's eyes frown and glare at him. Have you become a mistress already? No, I haven't. You won't see it here unless you're planning to stay, of course. Well, I guess we've gone this far. Maybe we should just see it through. I've considered the pros and cons. I'm staying. I almost feel like, well, we're this thick in it. Let's stick around.
We can't let cheats play with our free will.
Okay. So, it seems that the polyhedron doesn't matter. Or, the polyhedron is the only thing that really matters. The town is going to be remade anyway. If we're going to bring about utopia, let the settlement be destroyed. But there's no reason to hurt the polyhedron. The survivors will find shelter there until we vaccinate them and the epidemic dies out. So you think that the town is doomed? I do. The soil underneath it is soaked with poison. We're very lucky that the ground here is so fastidious. Plow every inch of it up with shells, shake it, and pull its rocks out. Split it into cracks so that no one would ever dare re-inhabit this land. This side of the river is uninhabitable. I see. And you believe that the tower will make it through the bombardment despite it being so thin? Yes. The tower must keep its balance. I've studied its structure, and I'm inclined to believe that it's rather earthquake-resistant. It's like a weight on a steel spring. If no shell explodes on the opposite bank of the river, the polyhedron will remain intact. Shells will only fall where I point them to fall. Let it be so, then. Can you prove that this is a good way out? I can. Here are my arguments. A bacteria specimen, the vaccine, the blueprints, and the map charting out the source of the pest. Are you sure there's nothing else you'd like to tell me? I'm sure, Commander. The choice has been made. All right. Let the tower remain, whatever the cost. Nothing like it will ever be built again. It's not a mere building, but a symbol. It allows us a hope of a possibility that some false truths of our ill-fated epoch might be overthrown. I don't know why I decided to throw a guttural into epoch. It's just all the Slavic stuff. It was a reflex. If this was German, I'd be throwing out my Rechtes. It is a delicate fortress that holds veritable proof that, however well established our notions of possibility are, they still fail to account for what may or may not exist. This is the bastion I am willing to fight for. As for the powers that be, they are going to regret their hypocrisy. They were so determined to force me to observe the promise I gave not to disappoint. The town they are so fond of will be reduced to rubble. This I have spoken. All right, thus spoke Zarathustra. Just comparing. All right. Well then, at this point, do I just
go back
leave?
to the front.
Okay. Wait and see the consequences of your decision. It'll all be over by 12.
There's little time left.
All right. Let's go ahead and hit an increment. So, as I recall, bombardment begins at 10. So we can take a nap for, say, an hour. It may not actually be all that interesting at first, but we'll see. But I'm curious. And the town will be rebuilt as the cantons of Vivek. Okay, that'll make it 9:30. Half an hour till the shelling happens. We'll see if anything actually goes on. I have a feeling that at 10 it'll maybe do something. Maybe. I'm quite curious. Maybe I should make my way over to the polyhedron. Place is gonna get shelled, ain't it? I'll go increase my acrobatic skill. There we go. In before I step on like a weird polygon and it breaks my legs. Let's celebrate the... Dag, I clicked out. Let me actually get this and this. There we go. We're gonna celebrate the polyhedron. We're gonna
Go kick flipping Ollie, man!
cheers, mate. It's yeah, we need to replace that with the laughing baby. However much I like Jerry Seinbloof, the Babu will be good. I'll probably have it. I could probably get it ready by next week. Eight more minutes. Counting down to Y2K. Here comes the rapture. Here comes 2012. Here comes, Halley's Comet. Here comes, I think I've run out of Doomsday events. So I'm sure there's more. Okay, well there's 10. Okay, I guess maybe that was just descriptive then. Alright, so let's head to Eva Yan's. Honestly, this is probably what I would do if we were counting down to Doomsday. Probably get a gun. shoot it in the air for a bit, and then probably go take a nap. Just wait. Maybe kick a duck up the arse. Okay, should I just sleep 2 hours? Let it turn over to midnight? Probably. Let's do that. We're gonna sleep 2 hours. I think counting it down is just gonna mostly be... How long am I streaming for? I should probably be closing it up. I'm at 2.5 hours. Though I might turn on Haruspix. You know? Okay. Here we go. I was hoping I would see the Stairway to Heaven get blasted. I also wanted to see the look on Haruspix's face when the town got blasted. All right. Drink my zippy water. Poor Haruspix. Whatever. Haruspix... Listen, it's not my fault Haruspix is completely incompetent and let Sticky die. The refuse choice? As in, you want me to go back to the previous save? As in, refuse to stay? Enunciate. Yeah, okay, so yeah, refuse to stay. Looks like I can. Oh, the refuse to act. So this should be the one I want to do. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay,
You are not the only healer here.
We won't be able to make the choice without you. We are in a deadlock. The Inquisitor is holding me back. I won't let her act. It seems to me that she is plotting to laugh her last dying laugh and let the disease loose in the end. Haruspix is acting on the Inquisitor's behalf. Clara is compromised. The town is doomed. I've said everything. Farewell, Commander. Nothing keeps me from entering the cathedral. I have a feeling, however, that the cathedral is the real trap, not the theater as the wording suggested. I renounce my freedom of choice. Let someone else decide. Let it be as it may.
I think.
Oh, well, yeah, there's only so much I can do. I'll get it in another run. Yeah. Just power through this. And we'll see what comes of it. But yeah, it's not my fault that Haruspix couldn't keep a kid alive, and the fact that the dude eats his own boogers, so... Also, we lost Aspity as well. So we'll see what comes about. Okay, well, I'm learning something right now. Your health doesn't increase unless if you do take drugs. That'll be useful potentially for the next one. Okay, so this is the no choice. The town rots due to bureaucracy. Is this just the, like, the failure choice? By the looks of it? I didn't say the same thing about Bachelor. Bachelor comes running up to me in his trench coat. Haruspix! I kinda fucked up! So yeah, is this just bad end?
You did it? It was a free choice. We acknowledge the victory of the player.
It is indeed miraculous. The exit is clear. It shouldn't have happened. The miracle must be real.
This is the Mark Immortel windscreen. Oh! This one has more than the good end has. So, let's see this out.
So, it's all about trickery to you? Wherever have you come from?
No. I detest trickery. But if we ourselves are to suffer deception, our hands are no longer tied. Where are we?
Well, the muscular contraction is there. Means you're already inside of him. This must be one of the ventricles, right here.
What a silly place. It's stuffed. So it's not real for now? I don't think it has started yet.
Does it matter what it's made of? It's definitely struggling. We need to perform Sectio Transversalis. Cut the wall. There's no other way out. What else is there to do?
I know what to do. Those who favor hard logic and direct action are bound to be misguided. Only a miracle can set us free without us having to destroy something. And I can do miracles. Just let me.
Will you please be quiet? You're a liar and a thief. Who is going to believe you when you keep lying to yourself? The truth is my shepherd. Whatever happens, I will find answers, and justice will be restored. I will perform the operation. Medica morbo adhibe.
Don't you go all bossy on me, clever clogs. You will act justly, but your justice will
Called
blind
clever
you
clogs.
and become his demise. This calls for the gentle hand of a surgeon. Step aside, both of you.
Your gentle hands are used to killing, not giving life. You will inevitably do harm. As for Brainy, he has no regard for casualties at all. Neither of you knows compassion.
Yes, it seems unlikely that we'll get along well, but there's only one truth.
Any choice is right as long as it's willed. That's the truth of the matter.
Only the heart will show you the right choice. Stop thinking about yourselves. Think of the sick. He's in pain. I can't see it yet, but I can feel it.
It's not even a trap. It's a grave. Subipsum funis sumus. Can't say I hold a soft spot for it.
I can see that. You're full of hate. Stuffed or not, it's breathing. I can hear it. It can be healed rather than killed.
You mean you won't become a killer? But you will. Mark my word, that's exactly what will happen. But I can avoid it.
No, we won't ever get along. I suggest we be on our way. The sooner the better.
Off we go then?
Let's go. The clock is ticking.
All right. All right.
Artemi Burak is coming back to his hometown after an absence of 10 years. Born to a family endowed with a caste right to cut living beings open, he was preparing himself for this line of work since childhood. Artemi's father, Isidore Burak, a wise man and philosopher well respected by the locals, had admitted to the limits of traditional knowledge and sent his son off to study modern medicine in the academy. Artemi has been traveling from town to town, learning theoretical and practical surgery for several years now. Suddenly, a mysterious letter appears with his father giving him notice of his impending demise and begging Artemi to return and accept succession. Unwilling to wait for a regular freight train, Artemi follows the rails through the steppe until he's caught up with by a small shunt locomotive. This is how young Harispex arrives in the town.
Murder starts early for Harispex. Well, can't deny that Clara was right. Not even in the town. Alright. From this point forward, I am the eldest member of the Barach family, Menhu, and heir to my father Isidore Barach, a warden of the kin, the supreme Menhu of many years. Yeah, off to a great start. The inheritance of my father will nourish my mind and my body alike. It is a question of life and death for me to claim it, for it will imbue my dissolute existence with reason. I am one of the Menhu, those who know the lines, those who open up the body, those who link the earthly to the under-earth. The duty of the Menhu is to serve the children of the Borho, to interpret coincidence, to point out decisions informed by wisdom. The very reason of my existence is to carry out this duty. Who will I become if I fail to bind my destiny with my father's calling? Day 1, in which the Haruspix turns from a rightful heir into a dangerous criminal. Start with low health, low reputation. I like it. Okay, I'm going to save here though. Look at all these saves that built up. Well, we'll just continue on top until the thing complains when I hit 256 saves. But we're at 2 hours 40. And I can't go on forever. However much I would like to go on forever. It's not a viable option. So. Today's Wednesday, so we'll be starting Haruspix Monday. Maybe, I keep considering Fridays. I think, though. Yeah, of course. No, thank you for attending and participating far more. Where was I, though? Yeah, I keep considering adding Fridays to my late night schedule. I'm probably not going to, though. Because it's even this alone is really cutting into like my I guess you could say like work time. This would normally be a time that I'd be doing like audio edits and stuff like that, or just any other video digital media type stuff. So yeah, I mean I might do Friday, and I'll think about it. Assume no though. Anyway, assume Monday we're gonna have Haruspix going, and we're going. I think it'll go a little bit faster because I know actually what's going on. I'll have to scum less often, etc., etc. I won't get stuck doing that. There was one day that got like really messy with Bachelor, looking for a kid in an alleyway. But beyond that, doing another attempt at Silhouette Mirage tomorrow. Thought I was going to beat it today, but came up just short. I might actually play the game a bit more, even after I beat it. I don't know how much more, but we'll see. Because I don't think I'm going to do a gauntlet next week. I'm kind of doing alternating gauntlets, and as I'm moving stuff around and getting like new channels up and stuff like that, you know, I'm trying to not do too many gauntlets, because those can really pile up on top of me. I mean, I'm still like 3 gauntlets behind on what I'm working on. Anyway, though, that's enough talking. That's enough rambling. It's late. We should go to bed. Everyone have a good night. Have a good one. Go read yourself to sleep. Read a good book. Read something nice and comfy. And we're outie. Let me just blam this. Pow! And pump this guy up.